Hello guys, welcome back to Dragon Ball 2.0, and today we're going to be reviewing Dragons by Nine Realms Season 7. Yes guys, I'm finally doing Season 7, and Season 7 is pretty interesting. Right then. But then we will go to do the usual. Basically, you have a read or watch How to Train Your Dragon to Dragons and Nine Season 7. You should definitely watch it by now, before coming back to this one. Of course, spoilers, of course. And Season 7 and 8 are finally out in the UK. From the BBC iPlayer, and I finally watched season 7 and 8. Season 8 will be coming out next week, hopefully by next week. But this is a season 7 review, so yeah. Right, as per usual, we will go through all the episodes, and then I will tell you my thoughts at the end. So yeah, let's do this. So the first episode basically it starts off with basically you've seen season 6. It's basically Buzzsaw just nearly destroys like everything in Project Icarus with Jack. And then suddenly they just skip the episode, pretending that didn't even happen. But he did. But how did he actually sort it out? Did he actually escape or not? Well, at the end, and somewhere in the end of the episode, he did escape. So he did get away with it. But how? How? It's basically done it by a power of off-screen. Okay. So basically, episode 1 is about D'Angelo and his dad. And basically, it's a between the father and son episode. And then D'Angelo finally says that he wants to be an alien instead of being a soldier. And I think that'd be a really good way to source of courage to talk back. And sometimes you don't need to talk back, but sometimes you do, because it's really good to stand up for yourself these days. And also, his dad got a hobgoblin named Hobbs. Okay. Well, he did actually save Hobbs' life, because he's choking. He's choking on one he censored, and then he did save his life. And at the end, he actually finally trains one. And now we don't know what happened to Hobbs. No, at the end of season 8. But we will discuss season 8 as a whole in another review. So yeah. And that's it. Basically, this is a good episode so far. Usually I don't like it. Usually sometimes I don't like episodes 1 sometimes. Even when you get into season 3. Episode 1 is really bad, and yeah, that's it, really. But yeah, I quite like the episode in season 5 as well, in the first episode. And then also in season 7 is actually really good as well. The first episode, no? So yeah. Okay, moving on. Nope, not for me. Episode 3 is actually a really good episode, because for one thing, in this episode, do we actually call this a dog realm? Is this actually a part of a dog realm, or is it part of something else all entirely? I still don't know why. Because a dog realm appears at the end of the episode. End of the last episode. So, still a bit questionable now, that part of the hidden world, though. But, basically, they found basically they found a new realm, and then they found a new dragon species, and also Slugkin and Linda appears in this episode. Just leave Linda alone, please. But anyways, that is discussion for season 8 for Linda. But anyways, Slugkin did appear, and basically all the riders got trapped, and then for the meanwhile, for meanwhile, Thunder and the rest of the members of the Dragon Club basically trying to figure out a way to get them out. Try to figure out a way to how to defeat this wolf-like dragon. Yeah, I mean this dragon looks like a part of Viking Viking myth. No. Was it doing like? I don't know. I think that black wolf thing. I forgot what his name is, but it is part of Viking Viking religion. No, not what. Viking myth, right, of the Nine Realms, but at the end of the episode, the riders got out, and also Slugkin and Linda is still trapped. But I wonder how they got out. I don't know how they got out, but it's actually a really good episode because like a dragon because some of the scenes that we get like the dragons actually dragons and they know like what we trying to do or something without somebody actually just talking over them like a narrator or some random characters just saying that. And yeah, it's basically the same thing what they did with Ferris and Webmaster in season 4. And they try to communicate with each other and like quiet soundtrack in the background and also sound effects in the background as well. So yeah, basically I actually quite like this episode. Right, most to come. So episode 2. Oh my days. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I think the fandom will see that coming, and I definitely see that coming as well. That Tom and June, they actually have a lovely relationship. Oh man. So basically in this episode, Tom and June has to figure out a book together, and to get out of this underneath the tree with the trees with these dragons. It looks like a squirrel or something, or beavers. No, actually, they're based on beavers. Actually, I forgot what they're called. But good thing is, out of this episode, all that terrible rubbish stuff, these dragons are actually okay from out of this episode. So So I would say that is a worse. So what I would do in that situation? Well, as driver three, would do this. No, yeah, that's what he would do. He would do right about now, and yeah, that's a terrible episode. That's it. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that novel writers are like trying to get answers from these Buzzsaw's staff, or is it ex staff? I don't know. Aren't they? Wait, and they are still looking for him. So, but only one doesn't. We don't know what actually happened to the third one though. Perhaps he's moved on or something, or maybe he just found a job or something. We never know these days. But that's the discussion for season 8. So yeah. But everybody like hated this episode, and I don't agree. I don't blame on them. I don't like this episode as well. So yeah, I prefer Tom with Alex. So yeah. Because Tom and Alex have good chemistry together. So yeah. Right, moving on. So the next episode, this is the episode where the writers like break apart. Dracula is actually like discontinued, basically. And then because of June, seriously, she's annoying in this episode because of her cards. Of course, she keeps saying that. And also, Tom always keeps saying, "Oh yeah, we should listen to June." I mean, I'm saying, and then I watched the episode I called, "Is this Sharon Mirror right now?" And did I just watch Sharon Mirror Thomas episode right now? This is I don't know if DreamWorks is trying to copy Thomas, or is it Thomas trying to copy How to Train Your Dragon? Like what? What on earth? If you were a Thomas fan watching this, you get what I meant. Because Sharon Mirror uses the same formula on this episode. Like, what? What on earth? Also, the best part of the episode, the Typhoonians are back. The other Typhoonians are back, and they have this dance. Nearly destroyed Pottery Icarus in the first place. And then also the writers keeps arguing, and then it's up to the Thunder Wave, Feathers Travel, and Webmaster just to take charge and sort out themselves, sort out this situation. Okay, and then at the end of the episode, they actually like split ways, and that's the end of the episode. And also in the credits, they do actually put sad music though. So I thought, okay, that's a good part though. But the same thing is another June like annoying bunch. June is like annoying in this episode again. Like in season 4. Back in season 4, June is also annoying. She wasn't annoying in season 2 and 1, but then in season 4, she was like really annoying. I just wanted to be saying, "Oh, just be quiet, June, okay? Just listen." Oh my days. Oh. Okay, that's my anger out. Right, next episode. Right. Next episode is this episode is a new Eugene episode. Okay, we haven't even got like a Eugene episode like for a long time, and then well, first of all, Eugene was like really bored since the Blinder split ways. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how many days or weeks it is. Out on this spread apart. So he thought to himself, maybe I should make it a new team. So he did, and he goes failed, and then the worst part of this episode is the Bubblehorns are back, and also Nibbles. Why Nibbles? Why? Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm back. So I wouldn't say this is the worst episode, but because of Nibbles, but it's actually really good, actually, because basically we get to know what Eugene is actually feeling in this episode. Because, for one thing, he is quite lonely and, well, he has Webmaster, but he's pretty known at the team, though. Even though he's trying to pretend he's not known or something like that. But he's really lonely, no. So yeah. And yep. And then and yeah, that's it. I mean, that's that is actually a really good episode of Eugene, really, because we get to know how he really felt, really. Because for one thing, if you have an annoying character and you try to fix it, maybe do you have June doing it? June replacing it. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. But I think Eugene should be really good at it. But yeah. Next episode. Unicorn Dragons. I'm out of here. Next episode, I was like, oh my days. We got an Alex episode. Oh my days. We got an Alex episode. Right. The whole idea in the trailer, basically, Alex is wearing black this time instead of green shirt. So I thought, why is she wearing black? Did somebody else die or something? So I thought, okay, this might be a really good Alex episode. Okay, and it still is. Yes. So basically, at the start of the episode, Alex wanted a time of herself, and I don't blame her. Yeah, we all needed like a time for ourselves, and somebody who just keep interrupting saying, "Hey, yeah, you're gonna need to do this and do that and stuff," but sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes you just don't. You know what I meant. But the thing is, in this episode, Thunder accidentally broke Alex's iPad, Wendy, her voice assistant, and then the rest of these scenes the writers try to fix it, and eventually they did fix it, and well, no, help her with Alex's mom's, really. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, but anyways, half of this episode, basically, Alex is like playing a trick on Bursar to try to get the Book of Dragons. And I forgot to mention that Bursar actually got the Book of Dragons. And all this time, all this episode, all the like 3 or 4 episodes, the writers are trying to get the book back. And eventually Alex did. And just by playing the trick on Buzzsaw to join him and gain his trust to get the book and steal it. So yeah, that's a really good plan on you, Alex. And then she did it. So yeah, and also the best part of the episode, basically she nearly like destroyed all the other riders, and okay, that is actually a really good episode. I mean, 5-star. That is a 5-star episode. So yeah. Okay, and that's it. That's the end of the episode. And also, I forgot to mention that Balsar is trying to look for the Grumbledore dragon, which is a big serpent. Okay, bye. Right, the next episode. So the next episode is the I think this is part of the episode is when they finally discover the dog realm, and the riders finally got back together again, and then in my favorite like bit where basically D'Angelo just flew out and said basically a bunch of weird stuff. I mean, I thought of, and then I thought, okay, I think that's what the other people in the fandom thought about these characters, not D'Angelo. So I thought, that's interesting. Do dragons and do the creators and the developers of Dragons and Nine Realms actually listened to the complaints and then they never actually fixed it? Oh, okay. That sounds really interesting. Really interesting. Okay, okay, you do listen to the complaints. Why did they not fix it? But mention the complaints on D'Angelo's character. But their thought of it was like a red crystals or anything. And so they find the cage and they did and they thought it was like Hiccup actually trapped the Grumbledore, and therefore, and I thought to myself, why did Hiccup do this? It's never mentioned why he did that, but I think it's more information in season 8. But we will do review on season 8 coming soon, if I can get down to it. So yeah, and unfortunately they accidentally released it, and Buzzsaw actually found like a sky torture, and Thunder accidentally released the Grumbledore, and then the Grumbledore Grumbledore get out the sky torture and then drag it away, and I thought the sky torture is actually being like eaten all of a sudden. Now I thought, what? And then I thought, and then the Grumbledore actually, and then they accidentally released the Grumbledore, and then that's the end of the episode. Okay, season 8. Right, what did I thought of season 7? It's okay. I would say season 7 is okay. I mean, it's not like really cool or anything else. I think that's still better in like season 6. I think it's better than season 6. I think. No, so yeah, and so yeah, I don't know why missing anything else, but yeah, I think that's the most part of the season though. But but yeah, that's the end of this review. So I am okay with that season. What about season 8? Well, then, join me next week. I will be reviewing the final season of season of Dragons of Nine Realms season 8, and we will be answering another questions. Well, actually theories where the half of the characters has been in the final episode. So yeah, season 8 is actually like a lot of things happened in it, and also in season 7 is something's actually a lot happened, but season 8 is definitely like a big part of like everything else. So yeah. So then that's my thought on season 7. What's your opinions on season 7? Comment down below, and I will see you guys next week on season 8. Alright then, this is Dragon Ball Tipino signing out. Well. Is it the end of the Dragons of Nine Realms? Well, season 8, just begin. Guys, well, this is the end. Dragons of Nine Realms, season 8. This is my last final review of the Nine Realms. I don't know what to say really. But is the end. We're not getting any more seasons, and now this is my final review on it. So yeah, right then, let's begin then. So first up, guys, we got to be reviewing the episodes first. Then at the end, I would discuss the characters, and theories what actually happened to them. So yeah, and then at the end, how I will write for the last episode of season 8. So yeah, let's begin. Spoiler warning. If you haven't watched How to Train Your Dragon, or the books, or the Dragons and Islands itself, do it now before you watch this review. So yeah, basically. So the first episode is starting really good actually. Basically what happened in this episode, basically Tom finds Boka's stuff and he's trying to use it to trying to get the Yolanda back into his cage, but he successfully fails because the Yolanda actually knows what's happening, and he doesn't want to fall into the same trap again. So yeah, basically, and basically what happened in the last episode of season 7, basically Yolanda gets accidentally get out. Thunder lets him out. Thank you, Thunder. And then also what I like about this episode is basically it does show you how Hiccup actually traps Yolanda. And I wish we can get to see more of his face, what he looks like in the Nine Realms, but we only get to see his back, and we only get to see his legs as well. But I wish we can get see Tuchus as well in his like storytelling flashback or something. But yeah, that's it. But only one question that comes to my mind is, did Boka actually buried? Is Boka buried in the hidden world? Is she buried in the hidden world? No one knows. And basically, I quite like this episode, so yeah. moving on. The second episode is quite a thriller episode, to be honest, and I don't know why. First of all, the start of the episode, basically, Yodananda actually destroys everything in his path. So, basically, they got most of the dragons safe in the base, but then another part of the episode, someone's coming to Project Equus, and it's a new character. What? We don't have time to DreamWorks. We don't have time to discuss a new character. Look, if you want to make the show ended, don't try to make a new character. Well, they actually made a new dragon species, but that's not the point. Look, if you want to finish it, don't try to make it. Don't try to make another character at the end of this season. Look, so yeah, basically. So a waste of the time. The writers are like, oh crumbs. What do we do? Okay, we will just say, we just try to hide the dragons as much as we can, and basically that's it. That's the end of the episodes, and also we didn't even get to see him again. I'm like, what? Why? Unless these characters are foreshadowing something like for the future season. What? No, I mean, no, not for Dragons and Nine Much. Maybe it's a totally different show altogether, foreshadowing something, like in the future or something. I'm not too sure, but we will discuss that. We will discuss that at the end of the video. So yeah, right. Next episode. I don't know until this day, and it's actually the next episode to filler or not. Maybe it kind of is. Not too sure, but the main issue with this episode is that so unrememberable. But I think the title is actually really cool. But scientist versus nature. So it's basically like evolution versus creation. So great title, as it were, actually. So science versus nature. Okay, so yeah. But the point is, the point is, the writers managed to trap Buzzard's two staff, and then Jack actually got kidnapped or something by the Yodananda, and then Buzzard is trying to get it back, and yeah, that's it. That's how I remember. But unless I missed something out in this episode, I'm not too sure. But comment down below if I missed something out in this episode. Maybe I'm just blind, or I'm not too sure. But I'm just saying that how, oddly enough, this episode wasn't memorable, and I think some random stalker is trying to train a speed stint or something. I'm not too sure. This episode is like crazy around. I mean, seriously, we should go back to how to get better than Yodananda. So yeah, basically, right then, next episode 4. Okay, episode 4. This is actually one of my favorites. Actually, they found a new realm, God's realm, and Writers actually managed to get into the Smoking space, and guess what they found? Guess what Linda actually found? A Neocorn dragon. Yeah, Nibbles. Yes, Nibbles is in this season. Why? Can we just kill him off right now? Or should I just go and leave this room right now, like Driver 3 Joe would do? You know what? I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't want to see unicorn dragons. I'm out of here. Basically. But anyways, but anyways, but anyways, but anyways, but anyways, Dindo wants to get all the dragon sites that she possibly can, and she finally found the crystal what she looking for in the Book of Dragons, and then she actually falls to her death. I mean, whoa, Smoking died. Oh my days. I thought Dragons and Iron Monsters are not going to get much darker. I mean, wow. Whew. We will discuss the account of Smoking in a minute, but that scene was like, whoa, wow. This is actually the first time that we've seen a character died in the modern day. I mean, I'm not totally rude, but this is actually the first time. Like, wow. But anyways, that's all the entire episode. And now we will discuss the two-parter episode. Yodelander Part 1. Okay. Right. Right then, Yodelander is destroying everything in his path, and then they finally realize, oh my days, Thunder's family. They might be in trouble. So the riders go into the King's Realm, and we've seen the family is definitely okay, and also Shadow and two siblings of Thunder actually all right. So yeah, basically, and we found out that Yodelander has been in the King's Realm, and it's no longer in sight, and the Elder Night Fairy is no longer in sight. Well, actually, I think he is, but he actually injured himself. So yeah. But the Sky Torture is back. Somehow, Sky Torture hasn't been eaten. For some reason. How did he get out? No, but anyways, they use Hiccup idea, Riders using Hiccup's idea to create another cage for the Yodelander to trap in. But sexually, it doesn't work. So yeah, because the Yodelander is actually in someplace else. Entirely altogether. And then that's the end of the episode. Of part 1. Now let's discuss part 2. Part 2 is certainly my favorite episode to end with. I mean, like, I don't know how to describe this episode. I mean, wow. But there is some things that I do need to change. There's some things that need to be changed in this episode. But we will get to that part in a minute. So yeah. Basically Tom faces fears, and finally the riders and all other dragons from the other realms finally like simply the Avengers Assemble scene, but with dragons. I think they actually done that in season 3. Last episode of season 3 with Sky Torture, but never mind. But it looks like an Avengers scene. Yeah. But the Elder Night Fairy is back, and then suddenly he died. And then he transferred his other powers to Thunder. And we can get to see his alpha form finally his alpha form in full flow. Why can we not introduce that in season 4? I mean, why? I mean, I know that in the comics, Tutus tried to control one dragon one time, but then suddenly he can't. But I haven't got that comic book, so I don't know what the full story is. So if people got more information about this story, then just say it in the comment section. Tell me in the comment section below. So yeah, and so basically so basically he transferred his alpha powers to Thunder, and and then at the end, and then the other Hunter actually managed to get into Project Equus and destroyed everything in his path in Project Equus. And the Riders tried to do their best, but they can't defeat him. But then suddenly Tom and Thunder unlocks his Alpha mode, aka his Titan form, and then the Thought Whipper and his Sky Torture are back. Okay, we got a Thought Whipper back for the last and final season, and then the final battle has been destroyed. Well, the Elder Hunter did not get destroyed, no, because the Riders had to put him back in his cage, and somehow the Elder Hunter just survived. We will discuss how I would in a minute, but then Tom and June had his first kiss. Disgusting scene ever. I preferred Tom with Alex than with June. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Alex actually evolves enough with Eugene all of a sudden. I think some of the seasons are foreshadowing something. Something. Like in one in season 7 and one in season 4. I thought it was like foreshadowing something in these 2 seasons that Alex actually likes Eugene or something like that. I mean, okay, that sounds odd, but okay, but I mean, Eugene and Alex, I think they do have a chemistry. I think I'm not too sure. Eugene's sort of like Alex in a way. I think he's trying to be like Alex. No, I'm not too sure, but yeah, but anyways, they defeated Yodananda and then get into his cage, but we never get to see that happen. They just mention it, but the main thing is, I thought they got to swap the 2 worlds together. No, because at the end of the third movie, Hiccup has to say goodbye to Toothless and the rest of the dragons. But I thought, anyways, let's discuss this at the end. But the main thing is they had to say goodbye to their dragons, and so they did, and we could get to see Tom and the Noble Riders actually head out in their own way, in their own separate ways, and well, Alex has made a video chatter so they can chat and stuff, but Tom not seen of Thunder when he looks down to the picture and he see him going near the invisible in a helicopter, and then after finally the credit scene actually shows what they actually doing at their party Equus. So yeah, and that's the end of the whole entire season. I mean, it's definitely a ride of wow. Right, let's discuss the characters. So the characters, so basically Tom and the other riders are pretty normal and stuff, and also the dragons are pretty normal as well, and and but the main thing is, Swamp King died, of course, but we don't know what happened to Yinda. But where is Yinda? Did she actually did the Riders actually rescue her or something? I mean, Linda actually just forced to work with for Swamp King now, and also there is a brief line in season 5 that she is married. She is married. So does that mean Swamp King actually force her to never actually seen her husband never again? I mean, that's actually pretty dark to think about it. No, not to see her husband again. Well, moving on, but we don't know what happened to Yinda. No. Now and then we discuss for three workmen for Bazaar. Now and then we know that the two workmen are still working to Bazaar to up into season 8, but we don't know what happened to the third one though. But I hope but I think he has another job or something. But then these two didn't, and then suddenly they're both working for Bazaar, and then at the end of the season, we don't know what actually happened to these two. Did they manage to get out of the inner world at the end and decided to move on and not talk about it, or something like that? Well, I hope these three are okay somewhere. But what happened to Bazaar, though? That is the question. No, because at the end of season 8, he actually helps the injured dragon, and he tells D'Angelo to go ahead and defeat the Grumador, and basically that's it. And that was the last time we get to see of him or heard from him. And we don't know what actually happened to him next, because for one thing, I have a theory that he might commit suicide. I know it's a bit dark, but we never actually get to see some person trying to kill himself. No, from the How to Train Your Dragon universe, though. It's a bit dark, but it's just a theory, yes. No, but we don't know what happened to Jack as well. But that's a totally different story. But yeah, but we don't know what actually happened to the Ryder's parents, no. But yeah, but that's the characters, right? Right then, now we get to the part that how I would rewrite the final episode. So if Drake was call me now or something like that, saying, "Hey, Dragon Ball 2.0 or Jacob, basically, we need you to write the final episode." So I thought, oh, okay, but. Okay, why do you want me to write a final episode then? Because we told you so. Okay then, I will. So. Okay, first up, I would like to have make the Dumbledore dead, so we can just kill him off completely. Check. So we don't need to get him back into the cage. Yeah. I mean, the Dumbledore should be dead by now. So yeah. And check that. Okay, good. Make Thunder design actually more change his skin or whatever. Check. Okay. And now the ending part. So we will not show Thunder going visible, First of all, we need to have like a ghost of like Hiccup and Turtius. You know, like these Jedi ghosts in Star Wars. What about we can do it with Hiccup and Turtius, and and then I will be check them out. We're not gonna do like a whole Ghost of the Dragon Riders, original Dragon Riders, because that may take too long. And also at the end part, make the episode about 13 minutes longer. Because first of all, we need like I like to show off everything what the writers and the other dragons did, and then making like and then at the end of the credits, make a secret cutscene. Check. And it gives you a clue what actually what's to come. Really? So that's how I will write the last episode. I'm not gonna be like rewriting the whole episode, just for shooting for my liking. But I quite like to rewrite the final episode though. So yeah, and oh yeah, and also at the end of the episode, maybe Tom a little bit of narration. Maybe I could talk. Maybe not. Maybe like I like this scene in All at Sea in the Thomas and Friends episode, where Doug is finally known that the greatest friends knows you never dream. Yeah, you know that. But what about this one? Tom, I am finally realized that the great dragons are those you can only dream about, don't you? Say to his audience, and then we get all the writers in adult form looking at the fisher and with their children, but in the background we can get to see the rest of the dragons if they have children. So yeah, that's how I will rewrite the episode, and a little bit of Thomas reference there. So yeah, okay. This is my final review on the Dragons and Ironworms, but don't worry, I will keep doing reviews on other movies and stuff as well. So yeah, do you guys want me to? But this is Dragons and Ironworms reviews end. This is the end of with. Finally done season 8. What's next to come in next year? We don't know. I mean, thing is, in my opinion, Dragons and Ironworms is better than Rescue Riders. Because Rescue Riders are aimed at toddlers, but for Dragons and Ironworms, they aims like older kids. I mean, wow. So yeah, basically, and also I found enjoy watching the Dragons and Ironworms instead of the Rescue Riders, though. But I have heard that some people don't like don't like the modern day version of the Nine Realms. But it's up to our like opinions what we like to watch or read or play games or something like that. Really. I mean, it's the internet. Everybody has their own opinions in life. I mean, don't attack me if I like this show. Or don't attack me if I don't like this show. So yeah. Comment down below what do you think of the whole entire Dragons and Nine Realms like in the seasons. Whole entire season of the Nine Realms. And tell me how do you rewrite the final season or final episode of any episode. So yeah. Alright. Well, the How to Train Your Dragon fandom will be continuing on making fan-made Tugus X9 theories, or also Dragons Rising Kings, or Dragons 9 Ones remakes, or something like that. But anyways, look out for the final video of the Dragons on this channel, and which is at the end of the year. But anyways, this is Dragon Boy 2.0 signing out for now, but until next year.